And welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna, and for those of you who are new here, welcome. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back. Here on my channel, I do planner and planner related videos, DIY tutorials, art and journal videos, and the occasional new release video of items that I've listed to my Etsy shop. And if that is of interest to you, please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you hit that little notification bell, you'll always be notified of when I load a new video. Commenting, liking, and sharing this on your favorite platform does help my channel grow and would be truly appreciated. All right, so like I like to do before I do the after the pen portion here in my academic planner turned work from home planner, I will go ahead and show you the foods that I ate for breakfast and for lunch for the week of the 27th of April through May 1st. Morning, guys. Monday, April 27th. Breakfast is a salami and tomato and cheese sandwich with a fruit salad that has apples, green and red grapes, strawberries, and pineapple. Lunch for Monday, April 27th is a barbecue hot dog. We had barbecue this weekend, and that's leftovers. We'll have more leftovers for dinner. And then I also have a spicy shrimp noodle bowl from Nong Shim. Breakfast I ate out, so I didn't film that, but lunch today is some leftovers from barbecue this weekend. I've got some cheesy noodles, a hot dog, and some barbecue sauce. And then on the side there, I didn't bring it, but I've got some pea salad. It's Tuesday the 28th. Morning, guys. Breakfast for Wednesday, April 29th is actually just a container of mixed fruit. There's apple, pineapple, strawberries, and some grapes. Had a bit of a late start by way of eating. I woke up and immediately needed coffee. I don't know why. I don't usually wake up that way, but I've already had 2 cups of coffee and got a little hungry. It's about 10 o'clock, so I thought I'll have some fruit salad since lunch is just a couple of hours away. Lunch for Wednesday, April 27th is some tuna salad on some hot rice with a side order of sliced cucumber. I have some roasted seaweed strips. I don't know what you're calling it. It's nori, and also some wasabi shoyu mayo, and I'm going to make my own sort of quasi tuna roll. Good morning. It is Thursday, April 30th, and breakfast today is an everything bagel with cream cheese and everything seasoning from Trader Joe's, an apple, and a cup of coffee. Probably one of many today. Lunch for today, Thursday, April 30th, is leftovers. So we have some mapo tofu, which is a spicy ground beef tofu, at least the version that I made. A dish from a couple of nights ago with the last bit of rice. It's about a scoop, and then leftover tuna salad from yesterday's lunch, and then sprinkled on top is some sesame seeds and some little strips of nori. Morning, guys. Happy May Day. It's Friday, May 1st, and breakfast is super weird. So we had some fried noodles. Actually, it's just fried ramen from a few nights ago, and this is the last bit of it. Some butt ends of some bread we had in the fridge, ketchup for the bread, and kiwi. I'm also having leftovers for lunch, but that should actually, between breakfast and lunch today, should clear up the leftovers. Well, no, we're having leftovers again for dinner, but between this breakfast, lunch, and what we're having for dinner, that should clear the leftovers in the fridge. And then tomorrow we plan on making other things. So, yeah. Hi, guys. Lunch for Friday, May 1st is a tuna melt with some red grapes and some butter and what is it called? Butter and something pickles. It's the last of it. It's the last of the tuna from a couple of days ago. So finishing my week with leftovers. Alrighty, so that was the meals for the week, and let me take this out. And this was the second week that I had done the horizontal layout. Again, depending on where you are with me, last week was the first week that I had tried the horizontal, and I have to say I'm quite the fan. Prior to that, I had turned this academic planner, which is actually a horizontal planner, and I had made it into a vertical planner. So trying something new last week and then carrying it over to this week definitely was helpful. As I mentioned in that other video, for whatever reason, even though I'm giving myself 3 boxes worth of space, both in the horizontal as well as when I was doing this vertically, it just, for whatever reason, feels like I can write more. I don't know why, it just feels like I do. Every morning I check my email, and I actually did not use this little planner at all. I just found it a little bit too cumbersome, because what I was using was this little notebook here, because this is where I do my Zoom notes when we have a meeting, and it was just actually easier to write everything here and then transfer to here at the end of the day versus writing it in here, then writing it in there, and then writing it in here. So for now, I'm going to put this aside. I don't know if I'll keep this for something separate. If I can streamline my process, that's even better. But right now, I have it in here because this, when it's open, this space allows me to have it open like that, and it's just enough so that I can write and it's no problem. And then moving it from here to here, as I've mentioned before, does help me finish out my day. I did keep this column here for our Zoom meetings. We've gone from 2 Zoom meetings a day to 1 Zoom meeting, as for the majority of the week, we are all working from home during the pandemic. Sometimes we'll still do Zoom meetings even if there are people on campus, because we're never all there at one time. In fact, the last time I saw all of my coworkers, I think was like the middle of March. So when I go in partial days on Tuesdays, and right now it's every other week, I see 1 coworker, and then the other 3 coworkers in my specific department, they kind of tag team on Wednesdays. So 2 will be in the office, and then 1 will go home, and then another 1 will come in, just because we want to always have 2 people in the building just for security and safety reasons. And that seems to be a good way that we've worked around that particular issue. As the stay-at-home, stay-in-shelter order was extended through March or May 31st, we are assuming that we will continue to work from home. But there has already been discussions that transitioning back to the office on either a staggered schedule, modified or hybrid schedule, where you still work quite a bit of hours or days at home, and then maybe transition to 1 or 2 or 3. I don't know. There hasn't been a lot of details, but there is already discussion that we will be transitioning back to work. So that'll just be something that we'll need to figure out as we get more information and we get more guidance and a transition plan from our admin, just so that we can do it in a way that's safe for us. I believe the campus will still be closed to students, but eventually that will move to that the campus is open to students to come in to get services. And then even that, there will need to be discussion on how we meet with students and social distancing. I know that there is, of course, concern for the fall. I work at a college campus and I'm on the staff end of the house. And so for me, my days are predominantly paperwork based. So working from home, logistically, the challenge was just to figure out how to get paperwork to me and then back to the campus. And I think we figured that out for the most part. But as we transition with students coming back on campus. I don't know if there'll be limited hours to limit it, both when students and employees are exposed to one another. I know that we've already been in discussions about putting some sort of barrier or plexiglass or something to prevent our front counter staff from that, because they basically have the most interaction with students. When we go back to campus, are we going to have in-person meetings? Because our offices, there's no way that I can have a student in my office and still maintain 6 feet of distance. There's just not enough room. So we might have to do something in our conference room from a scheduling perspective, how that would work. I mean, there's a lot of questions that are in the air regarding transitioning, but also, I mean, are we looking at 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years? And even that isn't really dependent upon admin making decision. It's really dependent on the status of, is there going to be a second wave of infections? Do we still have to go back to shelter in place? Are things going to be eased and then restricted again because of things that are really outside of our own control? So it's just having something in place that at least I can figure out, well, if I am at home, this is what I'm going to do. And Erin had mentioned this in her reply to last week's After the Pen, or maybe it was the work from home plan with me. I don't remember which one. But she recommended that I continue to do this while I'm at work, because I never did this while I'm at work. And I agree that it is good, because I can see that there is a lot that I am getting done, even though some days I feel like I haven't done anything. And honestly, what is going to come up against is my own inherent laziness. But what I might need to do is, because I'll be writing in here for tasks, I might do something small like this versus having something big like this. Because this, I'm already in the habit of writing, okay, I did this, write it down. I did this, write it down. So maybe it's less of having something cute and decorated and then having something like this. Or having something like this that I can shred, because I do write down all kinds of information here, but then migrating it in the morning when I start my day versus at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, I just want to finish my tasks and get out of the office, because it takes me about an hour and a half, between an hour and 2 hours, depending on how bad traffic is, to get home. And I'm not really thinking about, well, let's make something cute. So I really don't know, but I did like that she had suggested, and I had thought about it, but again, my own inherent laziness is telling me no. Last week, I did make it outside 4 of the 5 days. On Friday, for whatever reason, the morning was kind of low-key, not very busy, and then after lunch, it just seemed like everything was due like 5 minutes ago. So I worked right up and through the time. I actually didn't write this down until this morning because I was just busy, and so I never made it outside. I did make my hydration goals, because I do want to drink at least 4 bottles of water a day, and I was in the office partially on Tuesday. So actually, because I'm focused when I'm at the office and there's very little distractions, I actually get quite a bit of done in the 4 hours that I'm there. I have my lunch break and travel time, and then I finish the rest of my day at home. So it was actually a very productive week. And then I will be setting up the first week of May, or the first full week of May, in another video. All right, guys, so how is your working from home routine going? Has it worked? Have you tweaked it? Have you just given it up altogether? I would love to know in the comments section below. All right, from Bucky and I, that's it for now. And as always, aloha.